Hello and welcome to PLZ Soccer's YouTube channel. I'm delighted to say I'm joined today by Plymouth FA Cup goal hero Ryan Hardie after his penalty knocked Liverpool out of the competition. Ryan, let's start off with that game on Sunday. Has it sunk in yet what you've managed to achieve?
To be honest, I don't think it quite has yet. It's been a few days now, but on the Monday morning we got straight into training, preparing for our game tomorrow night. So it's we've not had time to let it settle. I don't think we've just been straight back at it.
After that goal, I don't think you'll ever have to buy a pint in Plymouth ever again. How does it feel knowing that you're now part of this FA Cup legacy? You're part of one of the most iconic moments in the competition.
Yeah, obviously it's a special occasion for the club. It's going to go down in one of the biggest moments of their history. Knocking Liverpool out, who's top of the Premier League. It's just one of the biggest upsets in the recent history of the cup. So it's to be a part of it's incredible, and I think the most important thing was the team performance yesterday was to a man, it was incredible.
You're obviously playing against top level players in the Championship anyway, but Liverpool, it's another level. What was it like sharing a pitch with some of these guys?
Yeah, as you say, we play a good standard at the minute, but it's the best club in the world at the minute, and you can tell by the players that was playing in the game. That I was playing in like a right 10 position, and I was chasing back Luis Diaz and Tsimikas. So wasn't an easy game for me. It wasn't an easy shift, but the standards that they've got is it's a hard game to match.
One of the players, aside from yourself, that really made an impression since he came to the club is Nikola Katic. He's already gone down as a bit of a cult hero. You guys obviously share that Rangers connection. What's he been like since he came in so far?
Yeah, he's been amazing. He's brought that presence to the back line. He's a leader. He's a real leader on the pitch, and it's really settled us in, and it's done well the couple of games that he's been here. Obviously, it's only been two, so the more that he gets used to the understanding the way we want to play, and then the more we get used to what type of player Nico is, it's going to be a big benefit for us in the running. He's a pretty intense fella. He don't let much get past him, and if there's things that are not quite right, he'll fix it, and he sets a high standard of himself and of everyone else. So it's the right type of player that we need, and yeah, as I said, delighted to have him here.
I seen in the post-match that you managed to get hold of Darwin Núñez's shirt. Were you tracking him for the last 5 minutes of the game, wanting that one in particular?
No, to be honest, it was at the end of the game. They all spoke to their fans and went in, so it was a moment after, because I had a few bits of press to do on the pitch, and then I had to do a little lap and thank the fans. So I actually said to their kit man after the game if that was alright, if I could get it. So no, it was one I had to get after the game, because I think during the game it's a bit emotional to get involved and stuff like that.
So Manchester City next. What's that going to be like going out of the Etihad? Another incredible arena for you to test yourself on.
Yeah, it's some run. We're definitely not getting it easy to go on a little cup run. So, but as I said, after getting the confidence of beating Liverpool, we feel like we could just go there and do our job. And I think we need to enjoy the day most of all. But as I keep stressing, the league games that are coming up for us are the main focus just now. And that I think the City game will take care of itself when we get there.
We've seen some lovely scenes between yourself and your son at the end of that game. Hopefully a little bit of repeat of those on the Etihad pitch as well.
Yeah, it's going to be one that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully he can get up there. It's a long old way for here for him to travel, and Mrs. I'm sure he'll have a tough train ride or a tough drive up there to keep him entertained for that amount of time. But no, once we get there, it'll be a occasion that I look forward to.
And it'll be very interesting to test yourself up against Pep Guardiola. Of course, you're not adverse, or you're not unaccustomed to working with high-profile managers. You had Wayne Rooney there at Plymouth for a while, though that didn't quite work out the way anyone wanted it to. What was that like working under him, especially for yourself as a striker?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, it's unfortunate that it never worked out and never got the results that was required, but working under him, just seeing the qualities that he has, his leadership skills, the way he wanted to go about things on a daily basis, it was brilliant. And as you say, working under him as a striker, if I never learned a few things in that, then I was doing something wrong. So no, it was one that I was really excited to be a part of, and as I said, it was unfortunate that it never worked out.
Has he still got that touch in training when you're looking and it's a little bit breathtaking sometimes?
It's incredible. He joined in the shooting drill, and you think that you're decent at shooting, but he just takes it to another level, and you would back him every time, and if he joined in the five-a-side, you'd give him the ball and he'd put it in the net. It's just a different level that he was.
Do you keep an eye on Scottish football things up here? I know you guys were the biggest cup shock in the FA Cup this weekend, but your old side Rangers and Queen's Park maybe giving you a run for your money in terms of cup upsets this week?
Yeah, it certainly put a dampener on my Sunday coming back in and seeing that result. Big Connor wasn't too short to tell me that was the score after the game, but I had to just park that to the back of my mind, to be honest, and I'm glad it was on that day that we had something special to celebrate, and I wasn't too down about it.
There does seem to be a little bit of a Celtic Rangers rivalry, yourself, Nicola, Connor in that Plymouth dressing room. Do you have a good bit of banter back and forth?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Obviously, Con coming in at the start of last season, I made him pay a fine, a tenner a week, because he was a Celtic fan. So there's a bit of banter between us all, but it's all friendly, it's all good.
In terms of Scotland, do you still maybe harbour a little bit of a Scotland ambition? You're making headlines, you're in the news now. Do you think Steve Clarke is maybe taking a little bit of notice?
I think maybe at the start of last season I started quite well. I was maybe getting closer towards the plans, but went through a bit of a dry spell, and it's not been a great start for me this year, but I've started to come to a bit of form again. So obviously the ultimate ambition is always to play for your country, but I feel like now I've not been putting the performances in, and I know that the standard you've got to get to play at national level. So for me, it's all about focusing on doing what I can do, and then if it comes, it comes. I'll be delighted. But as I said, my performances in the last few months have not been good enough. Just need to keep going the way I am now.
Well, Ryan, we'll all be keeping an eye out for the Plymouth results here at PLZ Soccer. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon.